Welcome to today's live stream. I'm super excited to welcome you here today. Before we get started and get into the really for real live, this is obviously a pre-recorded video where I can tell you a couple things and then we can get started. So honestly, what I'm doing is buying myself time to turn the camera on and make sure that everything sounds good. But while we do that, while we wait for myself, let's go ahead and comment below. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Maybe let's start with your name and where you're watching from. And then also I'd love to hear about maybe the latest project you're working on or your favorite software. So if you can post a link below, go ahead and post a link to your portfolio. We'd love to check it out and see what you're up to. And maybe even let us know what your favorite software is, or maybe your favorite subject. Do you like web design or print design or making t-shirts or logos or branding? I don't know. Go ahead and comment below and let us know. We'd love to check it out. And then also, if you'd love to see what I'm up to, you can check out my work at derekmitchell.com. You can see some YouTube videos at youtube.com/derekmitchell. And then also live streaming at behance.net/Mitchell's Garage. So you can check me out there. And then did I say Instagram? I don't know if I said Instagram yet or not. Instagram.com/dmitchelldesign. So hopefully there's links and buttons and stuff here. Right there. Anyway, all right, guys, we're about to dive into some really cool stuff. Feel free to comment in the thread, and I'd love to, again, see what you're up to, and I'll try and answer your questions as we get going, but let's go ahead and dive in. Today's video is sponsored by the Graphic Design Bootcamp. If you're looking at becoming a graphic designer and you want to learn more about Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign, creating real-world projects that clients would actually pay you for things like logos, business cards, letterhead, and much more. Check out the link below for more information and a deep discount to get started today. One last thing I was going to mention too, because I don't know how much time I'm going to need to turn all this on. Maybe it's ready to go and, you know, the real me, the live me can just cut this off and we can get to it. But in case I need a little bit more time, let me just tell you about myself. So my name is Derek Mitchell. We've been over that. Also, I live in Montana, in Kalispell, Montana, actually, which is just outside of Glacier National Park. And I've got 4 daughters and a wife, and we have tons of fun doing outdoor things like riding bicycles. We float the river on our paddle boards. That's a ton of fun. I love to downhill mountain bike. That's a ton of fun. When it snows for like 9 months out of the year, we like to go snowboarding and skiing. So I feel like I'm rambling. So at any point, Derek, just go ahead and just, you know, let's do this. Let's get live. Let's start teaching. What is going on, Miles? My dog just came to say hello. Hi, Miles. Let's say hello to the people. Come here. Come here. Come say hi. This is Miles, my poodle. We're working on his mohawk. Oh, thanks. Kisses. Oh. Today's video is sponsored by the Graphic Design Bootcamp. If you're looking at becoming a graphic designer and you want to learn more about Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign, creating real-world projects that clients would actually pay you for things like logos, business cards, letterhead, and much more, check out the link below for more information and a deep discount to get started today. All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the stream. It's a fun midday stream rather than those late night, midnight streams that I've been doing. Rob, what's up? Welcome. I see you in the chat. Rob Magnell is a frequent flyer here on the channel. Thanks for joining in from Saskatoon, Canada. Joseph's in the chat also. What's going on, Joseph? From Pennsylvania, I think is what I read there. Joseph is a Photoshop guy and he's been doing old photo restorations. Rob, what are you up to these days? Rob's always doing something with, like, I don't know, impressive data sets in InDesign and crazy things like that. Some chill vibes today. Got a bunch of people watching. This is awesome, guys. So what we're doing today, it's a Q&A. We had more requests for that. So basically I have some things lined up to show you guys, but also if you want to talk about something specific, like how Rob woke up to snow this morning, a skiff of snow. We can talk about the weather, but let's talk about some graphic design stuff. I also have my iPad pulled up. We might get into this a little bit. We've got the Illustrator app open on the iPad and some fun stuff that I've done here in the past. A while ago, I made this file on the iPad doing some mock-ups of some, I guess these are more like a surfboard, not really a paddleboard, but inspired by the paddleboard because my wife and I love to go paddleboarding here. And yeah, so I did this a little bit ago and then took that inspiration and pushed it a little bit further and decided to shift gears and start designing some skis just for fun, because why not, right? So, you know, we could do some of this stuff on the iPad. We could design some more illustrative signature logos like I did last night, stuff like this. Rob says, been a busy week at the newspaper, but our auction guide comes out soon. Data merge and InDesign. I knew it. I knew you'd be doing some kind of data merge. All right. So, yeah, we got a lot of fun things we could do. I kind of want to play on the iPad. I always call it playing on the iPad, even when it's serious work, because it's just so much fun. So we'll probably do some of that. We could also jump into Fresco a little bit. If you guys haven't played with Fresco yet, it's a ton of fun. Check it out. We could do something in there as well. So let me know what you guys want to go. What do you want to do in the chat? And while we do that, let me get a couple windows set up right here. Anything else new and exciting besides the snowy weather? Some of you guys already know this, but if you're new to the chat or new to the stream rather, I guess I could just kick it off from the top. My name is Derek. I'm a graphic designer and a creative director. I spend a lot of my times in Photoshop and Illustrator, designing anything from business cards, logos, brands. Today I was working on a big commerce website, doing some heavy lifting, some development back-end stuff, which always fries my brain. So I was looking forward to getting onto this stream. But I do a little bit of everything, dabble, have some fun, and today we're just going to jump into some creative, not creative, well, I guess it's creative. I was graphic design stuff, so just getting a couple things dialed in here. All right, cool. So I think we're good to go. The other thing I need to do is work on some apparel design. Maybe we'll do that. Oops, I'm dropping stuff. All right. Let's get into it. Let's do the things. Have the fun. All right, so here's Photoshop. Let's see. I think I'm going to do some mock-ups, some apparel mock-ups here.
I can only show your synced photos.
Every single time I say something, Siri tries to just jump in on the stream and say hello. All right. Go to Fab. Let's go to apparel. Let's go down to comps. Let's just work on some of this stuff. So here's some things I've done in the past, some apparel mock-ups for this company. Let's do this. Let's play around with this brand for a little bit. So you can kind of see where we're at, where we've been. Rob says he's around for the lurk today. Keep the tunes fresh and the commentary spicy. I love it. I always love it when you show up, Rob. Thanks for jumping in today. Guys, I see there's like over 100 people on the stream. Jump in and say hello in the chat. It'll be fun. Let me know where you're watching from, what you're up to, how I can help you, what you're learning, what your favorite software is, design software. I always tell my students I tell my wife the same thing. If I got stuck on an island, I'd bring Photoshop with me. Like, you can do anything in Photoshop. All right, so we pretty much have a little bit of everything going on here. This one I really like. This was like one of the last ones I did. Their F-bomb logo with camo on OD green. It's cool stuff. All right. So what I really don't have represented yet are hats. And speaking of hats, I'm representing the Third Bowl brand today. The T3B logo that I did a while back. So it's fun always seeing the stuff that we did. Oh, do I have more over here? I don't. It's fun seeing these things actually like produced and in the wild. So let's go ahead and kick this off let's open both of these files. So I've got them ready to pull assets from. All right, jump back into Finder. Got some t-shirts here. We've got the t-shirt base. Let's go ahead and open up this file. Guys, if you're part of the subscription here on Behance, I'll be posting these assets for you to download for free. Well, it's not, I mean, it's a monthly subscription of like $10 a month, but then you get access to all my editable files when I work on stuff, and you'll get access to some behind the scenes content, some free courses, all kinds of cool stuff. What's up from Brazil? Hey, Sabrina, thanks for jumping in the chat. I see you. Way to represent Brazil. Hey, what time is it where you're at, Sabrina? Right now, it is about, I need to find a watch. That's not right. It's about 2:15 here in Montana. in the afternoon. All right, so we got those files open. Got the t-shirt base. What else do I need here? Ooh, yeah, let's open up these files too. Opening up a little bit of everything. So 5:30, 13 rather, 17:30 military. Gosh, I'm dyslexic this morning. I see the 13 and I keep saying 30. All right, we got those open. Got this green hoodie. All kinds of cool stuff we can work with. All right, now I'm gonna jump over to Envato Elements because I really enjoy that. And while this browser page is loading, I'll take a minute to just give a quick shout out to my website. If you guys want to check it out, go to derekmitchell.com. There's a blog, there's courses, there's tutorials, all kinds of resources, all kinds of cool stuff. derekmitchell.com. All right, let's go to Envato. Actually, it's elements.envato. And it is stock.adobe.com. My computer is a little grumpy today. Hopefully the stream is doing all right. So let's search for a hat mockup in Adobe Stock. Look at all these options. These are perfect. Okay, so we've got these as options. And then I'm going to jump into Envato Elements. Hat mockup. I don't think Envato Elements has as many options if I remember correctly. Ooh, a beanie mock-up. Let's see what this looks like. Okay. A few different options here. Pretty sure I've already downloaded this one, but we'll download it. This looks like a good one to have. Add to downloads. Jump back into my project here. So if you're just tuning in, just joining the stream, my name is Derek. I'm a graphic designer. And today we're working on, well, today was supposed to be kind of a Q&A, but nobody's really asking questions, which is totally great. Like, love that you guys are hanging out. So I'm just kind of passing time a little bit, working on a real project. I need to make some mock-ups for a client, so you guys can jump in if you want. My wife is texting me. What is she saying? I always check that just in case. Oh, she's got creative ideas. All right. So coming back to what we were talking about. Oh, hi, I'm Derek. Welcome to the stream. Today I'm working on some client projects to kind of fill the time. And then if you guys have questions, jump in and ask them in the chat. I would love to help you out if you guys are stuck on something, or if you just want to talk about whatever. We'll have some fun with it. All right, let's open this up. Right now I'm just kind of getting things in place, opening up files, and getting ready for whatever this turns into. All right, so let's save this. Command-Shift-S to save as. We're in Photoshop at the moment. Tuned in from South Africa. Welcome. Is it Anil or Anele? I apologize for butchering your name, but welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in from South Africa. That's incredible. Yeah. Good stuff. All right. So right now I'm adding a folder called design, and this is where I would put like my editable design files for this kind of stuff. So I'm just gonna put it in here and duplicate this mock-up. So that way I don't overwrite the template file. All right, so now I can start kind of having fun in here. And I love to use libraries. So libraries, Creative Cloud libraries are a way to manage assets. So currently I'm in Photoshop and I have this libraries window. If you go to window, down to libraries, okay, and you can open up this libraries window. And inside of here, I can save everything for the brands that I work with. In this case, the colors or vector graphics or even images. Here's some more apparel we could play with that I started to play with earlier. And then also character styles. So you can set up the brand's typography and everything and have it all contained in one library. And what's super cool about this is I can jump over into other applications. Like I could make a new document in Illustrator real quick. And it seems like my feed is getting a little choppy. Hopefully it's hanging on strong. Let's quit stuff that we don't need to have open. All right, so if I make a new document here in Illustrator, It's funny. I've got a green screen behind me just for this shot, right? And the can disappears. I think that's hilarious. So anyway, cool stuff. I get easily distracted. All right, where are we going? This one. Okay, Rob asks, InDesign question for me. I have a document with a boatload of color swatches. I want to know where in the document these swatches are being used. Oh yeah, there is a way. There is a way. Rob, it has been forever since I've had to do that, but I've done it. So your best approach is just Googling it. And I wish I could be the rock star guru that just was like, oh, here's how you do that. But I don't remember. We can figure it out here in a second. Let me finish this thought real quick. So I'm in Illustrator. Go to your window, open up your libraries tab, and here we go. Same assets right across the board. So just a super cool way to quickly spool up different design options and ideas and have everything match. Drop in brand colors, drag over the logo real quick, center it up. Boom, right? Super cool stuff. So easy. You could even, I'm going to be bouncing around all over the place today, guys. It's kind of a random live stream just because we're just hanging out, having a good time, kind of working on projects for clients, kind of just, seeing what's going on with you guys. So this is an asset I pulled from Envato Elements a while ago, and I just never did anything with it. So Illustrator is not my first preference for mocking things up like this that aren't like straight on. So we'll jump into Photoshop here in a minute. I was just kind of playing around because why not? Whoa, things are jumping around. What in the world? Okay. Anyway, just kind of playing around with like a quick mock-up in Illustrator. Kent, what's up? Welcome. to the stream. Kent says, I think the new find and replace feature normally used for text now includes colors. Oh, awesome. That sounds probably right. Thanks for the help. Thanks for jumping in, Kent. I appreciate it. All right, so let's jump back over into Photoshop. We've got this beanie set up. Oh no. Rob says, no worries. Plus, I'm stuck in InDesign 2017 due to issues with some of our necessary layout software. Sabrina says, your website is really cool. Thank you, Sabrina. If you guys want to check it out, it's derekmitchell.com. All right, let's see. So this is a template I just downloaded from Envato Elements. Let's kind of dig into it a little bit and see what's going on. We've got some adjustment layers. We'll close that. We've got some design and colors. Okay, so we've got a color fill on this. Okay, what is this? So right here, the smart object, if I double click on it, it should open a new layer. And this is where we could drop in the brand or the logo. So I'm gonna turn this layer off and I'm gonna grab this, whoops. This is what happens when I have multiple windows open. I've got Illustrator open, so let's minimize that. There we go. All right, back to libraries. Scroll back up here. Man, I restarted my computer and everything, and it just is kind of dragging today. Oh well. Awesome. Such good news. Guys, this is why we're here hanging out. So basically what happened in the chat, Rob asked a question and one of you guys chimed up and had the answer. That's amazing. That's kind of what my whole hope for this whole Q&A thing, where I just kind of hang out, work on some project stuff, and then hopefully we can figure out some things if you guys are stuck on stuff or just want some fresh inspiration. So one thing I like to do is I use shapes a lot of times to, oh man. Guys, is the stream holding strong or is it cutting out? Oh no. Reload the page. So I'm watching my stream feed here and it just cut out instead of to reload. Rob's has been a bit derpy. Oh man, that's no good. No good, no good. Sabrina says it's okay. Thank you. I appreciate the feedback. I do know there's a little bit of a lag. And I always say leg, but is it leg or lag? It's lag. It's lagging. It's lagging. Leggings are different than lagging. English is weird, guys. All right, let's keep going here. So if, in this case, the shape I brought in, the stream is struggling. So last night I was working on getting a second machine set up to host the stream, so that way my main computer can just focus on Photoshop, and that'll help. I'm almost ready to make that switch, so it'll be better. But if we look at this shape right here, and I just get my shape tool, and it's currently set to pink, but if I were to draw the width of this whole shape, including the little registered trademark, you can see how wide this is. And if I hit Command A and get the marching ants all the way around it, and then center it, this is where the center of this shape should be, like this. But it doesn't feel centered because if I get the shape tool again, let's change the color so we can see. And I draw visually from the side of this box over here, and I clone this and stick it over here. You can see that these vertical guides of the edge of the logo are not centered. So a lot of times I'll use shapes to measure instead of the actual physical logo. So what I'm going to do, let's just scale this guy. Delete this guy. Drag a copy of this one over here. Then I can shift click these other two layers, the logo and the left guide, Command T, to my free transform, and I can transform all of these at the same time and just kind of scale it up. And now I know my margins on the left and the right, the visual space between the edge of this box matches. And then this registered trademark can kind of hang over to the side a little bit. Oh man, audio is out of sync. Thanks, Kent. That's a bummer. I could do this, and then maybe it's not so annoying. Actually, I'm wondering, okay, so is this video in sync like this? Let me know if that's in sync. And then when I jump back, I'm trying to problem solve on which part of the stream needs to be fixed. All right, so I've got the smart object here that we've been talking about for a while now. Let's save this, and then I can close it, and it's gonna automatically update this template real quick, this beanie. And that looks pretty great, like right out of the bat. Maybe I need to change it to white though. So let's double click on the smart object, open it back up. And then I'm going to do a color overlay on this. Let's change it to white. Click OK. Oh, change the blend mode from multiply to normal. That'll help. Save it. Close it. That looks better. Cool. Let's go ahead and save this. And that's a great first look. So I'm going to go ahead and go to File. Down to, let's see, let's export it. Export as. Hey, what's up? Is it Walter or Walter? I see you. Thanks for joining in. Is it Walter? Because it's with a V, or is the V say a W sound? Yeah, Rob says tried different browser on your end, still a little bit choppy. Seems better, but audio is off, as Kent mentioned. Okay, well, I just hid the I hid my camera, so it's not quite as annoying like this. If I have my camera and it's out of sync, it's super annoying. Walter with a V, got it. Thank you. All right, so we'll just hide my head because nobody needs to see my face anyway. All right, let's see. So we're gonna export this real quick. JPEG, good. We'll go ahead and make this high quality because I'm not doing it for a website. So I want this to look nice and pretty. We'll do excellent. There we go. Click export. And let's go send it to our apparel, beanies. Let's see, do I want to put it in the master comps folder? I might. Or maybe I'll just keep it all with beanies. And I could call it comps, or I could call it exports. We'll call it comps. Fab beanie mock-up. All right, that looks good. Now let's go ahead and update this to the other version of the logo we have. Now the problem is, if I wanted to save my progress and I update this smart object or even duplicate it, let's say I just let's see, stretch this out a little bit here. If I were to right click and then duplicate this layer, click OK, or Command J to jump cut it, whatever. both of these smart objects are going to be linked still. So here's what I mean. If I double click on any one of these and I come in here and I make a change, in this case, let's just turn off the color overlay to keep it simple. So it went from being white to being this blue color. And if I jump back over in here after I've saved it and I turn this top layer off, you'll notice both of these layers are now blue because these smart objects are synced together. So what I need to do instead, let's come back here. Let's turn this color overlay back on, save it. I'll go ahead and close it. Now that's fixed. I'm going to go ahead and delete this copy that we just made. So instead of duplicating this, I'm going to right click and I'm going to go to new smart object via copy. So it's going to copy it, but it's going to make it a new instance, a new smart object. Now what I can do is jump in here and I can change anything I want. So instead of it just changing a color, let's go to my library real quick. Let's go grab this F-bomb logo. Scale it down a little bit. Hit return. I'm just going to copy this color overlay. I'm just going to hold down the Option key, click and drag on the word effects, and just slam it down on top of there. Turn this off, save it, jump back over here, and turn off this layer below it. So now you can see we've got two different smart objects. One is just the F-bomb logo, and one is the Fab logo. All right, so let's come back over here. Scale it down a touch because it's kind of bleeding off the edge more than I want it to. Something like that. Save it. See how it looks now. That's better. Cool. I dig it. It's a little bit of a weird size, but for now, I'm going to leave it alone. I'm also going to make sure this color, this label color is the right brand color. So I'm going to click on this guy. I'm going to click on the darker color just to make sure it's changing. Oh, I kind of like that. I'll come back to this teal color. That's a much different color than what it was. I kind of like the darker version better, but again, to stick with the brand, we're going to go with the light color here. Save it, which means I also need to fix my export of this version as well so it matches. Save that as well. All right, so what we're going to do to speed this up though, I'm going to open up this thing called Layer Comps. Let's go to Window, down to Layer Comps. Oh, it's already open. I was like waiting for it to open. It's over here. It's this tiny little window. And I'm going to make a new layer comp and call this, you can name it literally anything you want. You can have it just apply to the visibility or the position. Like you can do all kinds of stuff. But what we're going to do is we're going to call this full logo. Click OK. Then I'm going to toggle on the F-bomb logo, turn off the full logo, and we're going to make a new layer comp. Click right here, and we're going to call this F-bomb logo. All right. Now I can toggle back and forth and select which comp I want, and it's going to turn on and off all the layers. Now there's only one layer turning on and one layer turning off, so it's not that big of a deal on this project per se, or on this file example. But what I can do now is I can speed up my workflow. So instead of exporting these, if I had like a bunch of different looks, which, maybe we keep going on this a little bit. I could keep pushing this further, but sure, let's push this just a touch further before we're done here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clone this smart object again. I'm going to right click. I'm going to make a new smart object via copy. Do the same thing again. Let's turn this on. Double click on our smart object here. And this time, let's go grab this other version of the logo, drop it in from our library, scale it down a touch, and then turn off the layer below, copy this color overlay, save it. Uh-oh, I lost my place. Got too many windows open. There we go. So now we've got this version as well. And so let's make one more layer comp, and we're going to call this bomb and full logo. Something. All right. So now I've got all these three different layer comps. Okay. And I could keep pushing this even further and do different color samples or whatever. But what we're going to do is come over here to, well, first we're going to save it. Command S, make sure you save it. You guys, the chat got real quiet. How you guys doing over there? All right, so I'm gonna go to File. I'm gonna come down to Export. Just thinking about it. There we go. File, Export. And we're gonna come down here to Layer Comps to Files. So what that's gonna do is it's gonna let me select all the layer comps that I want. So I can either choose to do selected layer comps only if I click on this. Then if I command click over here on layer comps, which I don't think I can do now that the window's open, but I can select whichever layer comps I want to export. Kent says lurking and working. Sabrina says, I found your channel. Hey, thanks Sabrina, and check it out. Because you're on YouTube, I can actually throw your comment up on the screen. So thank you so much. All right, so we're back here under layer comps. And we're gonna go to, let's give it a file name prefix. Let's call it Fab Beanie Mockup. We'll do a JPEG. I'm gonna turn off selected layer comps because right now the only one that's selected is this bomb and full logo. So that'd be the only one that gets exported. So let's turn that off real quick. And then let's leave the ICC profile. What that is, it's color management. So that way, if you're looking at this from an iPhone or an Android device, a mobile device, or a desktop device, the chances are the colors are going to match across the place. So basically, it's going to compress the colors that it uses. So that way, everything's going to look as consistent as possible across the board. Thank you so much, Rob. Oh, just kidding. But thank you for being so kind to Walter. I thought he was telling me my Behance portfolio had beautiful work. He was saying, Walter Gomes. Let's check this out. Let's check this out real quick. Oh yeah. Good stuff. Very cool. Guys, give Walter Gomes a follow. I'll give you a follow. Boom. Check out his portfolio. Very cool. All right. Back in Photoshop, we've got the layer comps window. We've got everything set the way we need it to. I'll leave the quality high, and I'm going to click, I need to click browse up here. I need to tell this thing where I want to save all of these layer comps. So let's go over to our fab folder, to apparel. Let's go down to the beanies and to the comps, and we'll stash it in here. We'll click open. So now when it runs all these, we'll click run, and it's going to go through and export each one of these layer comps. Thinking about it, layer comps to files was successful. We'll click OK. Then we're going to go jump into our Finder window, and let's go look for those mockups, those comps, and here they are. So it went through and it automatically exported all of these, and it gave the name we gave it plus the layer comp name. So it makes it really easy to see what the design is. So we got this version. We've got this version. And we've got this version. Boom. Perfect. All right. Well, that was pretty straightforward. So now we could push this further. Let's see. I'm going to save this first. Maybe we want to change his hat color. So I can do that down here. Thanks, Rob. I appreciate it. Oh my goodness. Rob says, nice pro tip on the ICC profile. Thank you. And also that your work goes without saying. It's why you follow the master. Too kind. I appreciate that so much. Very kind. All right, let's see. So right now I'm just kind of playing with color options. I don't think I'd like a light white one. Oops. Oh my goodness. I might have to shut this down early. Oh, that's kind of a interesting combo. I don't even know if they could make that without doing a custom thing that would take forever. But you know what? Let's export it and just see what they think. So I'm gonna add a new layer comp. I don't know. Yeah, because I'm actually physically changing these colors now. If I go back to these other layouts, the colors below are all messed up. So to make it, I would have to clone these layers or duplicate these layers to make it to where I can add them to a separate layer comp and just export everything at one time. But I could run this again, this exact same action. Let's just do that. So really all I did is I changed the base colors, but I didn't change like up here these layer comps. So I could run this again, go to File, down to Export. All right, layer comps to files. We're gonna stick it in the same place. Just making sure it's got that selected. Okay, but this time we're gonna call this light blue. Sure, okay. Click run. And it added those new color comps. Let's double check our work real quick, make sure those exported like I expect them to, and they did. Cool. Cool. Digging it. All right. So now what we're going to do is one more time, but we're just going to kind of play with colors a little bit further. Make the whole thing this blue color. With that one change, all I have to do is go back to File, Export, Layer Comps to File. So this is how you can really speed up your workflow. I didn't mean to click Browse, but I did. There we go. Close that. Call this one dark blue. It's more like a slate. I don't know. Whatever. We'll run it. All right, so that was pretty fast, and all of a sudden I've got a bunch of different looks, a few different color layouts to get the dialogue started, to get the conversation rolling as far as what kind of a beanie they want, what kind of designs they want, all that good stuff. Cool, that looks good. Let's see if there's any other beanie styles that I like in here. Or hat styles. So there's tons of great mock-ups here in Envato Elements. Actually, that reminds me, you guys. Let me pull something up real quick. So on Skillshare and in the vault is, I should talk about that here in a second too. I have a course. All right, so on Skillshare, I have a course. If you go to Browse down to Graphic Design, it's actually currently a featured course on Skillshare, which is super cool. Thank you, Skillshare. This graphic design for beginners, design realistic package mockups. So if I click on this guy here, I teach how to make realistic mockups just like this. So there's a lot more here, but my computer, I don't want it to crash playing this video, so we're just going to stop it. Anyway, I teach you guys how to make these mockups in a way that you can sell them on like Creative Market or different places like that, or use it for your own clients and stuff like that. So super cool stuff. I've been hesitating to put the camera view up because I know the audio is out of sync on Behance right now. It's probably still out of sync, so I apologize if it looks weird and it's trippy. It's all good. Yeah, any other questions, guys? I'm gonna have to go here pretty soon, so feel free to jump into the comments. You can send me a message on Behance. If you're on Behance, you can post comments on the YouTube videos if you want to. You can join my email newsletter. Lots of ways to get in touch. I do my best to respond. Sometimes I don't always see the messages depending on where they come through and how many other people have commented, but I do love getting in touch with you guys. So go to my website here at DerekMarshall.com and you scroll to the bottom. You can join the newsletter here. Also check out these tutorials, some cool tutorials where the audio is in sync. So check that stuff out. I've also got the graphic design vault. Check this out. This is where all my courses live under one roof if you guys want to get access to everything. Cool stuff. Tons of courses, tons of value, lots of crazy things going on in here. So check that out. That's pretty much it, guys. Pretty short stream for this afternoon. I've got another meeting to get to, and then my daughter has her last volleyball game. So I want to go check that out. And probably will be streaming again tonight. I will hopefully have the second machine set up so the stream doesn't go crazy anymore. We'll see. Fingers crossed. So I just want to thank you guys for tuning in today. Thank you so much for watching. Rob, have an awesome day. Good luck with what you're working on. Kent, lurking and working. Enjoy your time. Enjoy your day. Thank you so much. Sabrina says loved it. Congratulations on your work. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Awesome. I hate turning off the live stream, you guys. I never want to go, but I know that if I wait on this machine more than like an hour, the stream's going to start to like crash anyway. So I'm going to tune out for now, and then we'll come back to it later. So Austin Web Designs. Dude, Austin, you're next door. You should just come on over. I was just saying, like, I hate turning off the stream because I always like hanging out on stream. Oh my gosh, you're out of control. Austin. Such a dork. I love it. Rob says, appreciate that. Work would go so much smoother without the pesky clients. All right. I'm out of here, guys. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to do it. I'm going to push the button. I don't want to. I'll see y'all later. Oh, I was going to tell you just to follow on Behance or tap the subscribe button on YouTube. And that way, when I do go live, you guys will get a notification so you can jump into the chat and ask your questions and hang out. So that's it. All right, everybody, have an awesome day. I'll catch you later. All right, guys, thanks for watching today. I hope you learned a lot of valuable information, and I appreciate you sticking around to the very end. But before you go, just a couple things I want to remind you. The first is, if you haven't already, feel free to like this video if you can, depending on where you're watching from. Give it a thumbs up or subscribe or tap the bell or give it a follow if you can. And also maybe even just copy the link up in the browser and share it with a friend or post it to your Facebook page. I'd really appreciate that. But again, just want to say thanks for sticking around, and I'd love to continue going live as much as possible and helping you guys out. So the best way that I can help you is by you commenting on the videos below. I read those comments. I engage with them as soon as I can, if I can, when I see them. So if it's live, I'll try and answer you right away. If this is a replay, you can still comment on the video, and I go back and I read those. So I just wanted to say thanks again for watching, and let me know what you're working on. I'd love to help you out, and hopefully we will see you in the next live. And to be sure you don't miss it, like this video and subscribe and follow and do the things. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later.